YouTube feels hopeless. That's what I wrote in my journal after posting our 23rd video on YouTube. We were at less than 500 subscribers, averaging, I think, 200 views a video, and we'd been going for 6 months already. I had basically given up on YouTube at that point. And the reason I didn't stop posting content though had nothing to do with the success of the channel. I make videos and run my business with my older brother, Mike. And as stupid as it sounds, it was purely sibling rivalry. I just didn't want to be the one who quit first, even though we both felt that it was pointless. But then something unexpected happened. We posted this video, and it changed everything. You know that feeling when you're learning something new, like algebra or chemistry or something, and for the longest time, nothing seems to make sense. And then all of a sudden, you learn one tiny thing, and then everything clicks. That's what happened. You know, I used to think that the YouTube algorithm hated me, that it was designed to push every single other video on the platform except for mine. And I was wrong. The algorithm isn't the enemy. It's just misunderstood. And over the next 6 years, growing a YouTube channel to over 1 million subscribers and helping dozens of other creators grow on YouTube as well, that magical moment of clarity happened again and again. And the same can happen for you, even if you have less than 1,000 subscribers, even if you have less than 100 subscribers, if you follow these 5 steps of YouTube growth that I wish I learned way sooner. And so let's start with the lesson I learned from that video I just showed you. I know you probably started a YouTube channel because you wanted to talk about whatever you wanted to, but as a small and unknown channel, you haven't earned the right to behave like a celebrity. If Elon Musk tweeted last night that he farted and woke himself up, it would go mega viral. Instant classic, right? Revolutionary idea. But if you or I tried that, probably not. Unless you've done some super epic stuff or you're already mega famous on another platform or something, odds are if you start posting videos on YouTube, people are just not going to care what you have to say. There are so many creators who are posting content, you can't possibly cut through the noise. So what does this have to do with that productivity app video? No one knew who I was, no one cared about me, but I saw that on YouTube, people were very, very interested in these 2 apps. And so I moved the spotlight off of myself and onto something that people already cared about. And that's why that video performed so much better than all of my other content. Now, it doesn't just have to be apps. You can use this approach for any sort of idea. You can do a case study on a famous person. You can review popular books or align yourself with popular ideologies like Stoicism or Buddhism. Find what people already care about and then give them your take. But obviously, you don't want to shine your spotlight on every trendy idea out there, which is actually a great thing. And also the reason why the next step is probably the most important one of all of them. You see, YouTube is a business. So as a creator, if you want to succeed on the platform, you need to align your goals with theirs. YouTube's dream scenario is that everyone on the planet watches video after video 24/7. They eat, sleep, breathe, dream on YouTube. And honestly, they're doing a pretty good job of reaching that goal. But the algorithms are changing. And in 2025, it's all about the YouTube home feed right now. YouTube wants to serve viewers the content they think they'll like the most based on their viewing habits. So what does that mean for us? Well, take a look at the early videos on my channel. We never broke past 1,000 subscribers until we started to focus our spotlight on a very specific type of viewer. Right, you can see we had like music mixes, binaural beats, vlogs, app reviews, supplement reviews, day in the life. When you make random videos, YouTube doesn't know who to feed your content to. But more importantly, your potential subscribers and your viewers, they don't know if they should keep watching you. They might think one video is pretty cool, but if they see the next one is completely unrelated, they're like, was that a fluke or what's going on? And the last thing you want your viewers to feel is confusion. So narrow the spotlight and make videos for a specific type of viewers. What is everything that you think this one person would want to watch, and make that content? So just by knowing what content to make and who it's for, trust me, you're already playing the YouTube game better than 80% of other creators. But the hard part is the execution. And this next step is where most creators get stuck. There's this famous study about a photography teacher who ran an experiment on his class. For a project, he divided his class into 2 distinct groups. The first group was graded solely on the quantity of photos they got. The more they got, the better the grade. The second group was graded on quality. They just needed to submit 1 perfect photo. And so when all the photos came in, the teacher made a shocking discovery. All the highest quality photos came from group number 1, because the students, they learned from their mistakes about what was a good or bad photo, and they improved their skills over time. On the other hand, the perfectionist quality group got far less feedback and as a result learned a lot slower. Learning YouTube follows the exact same pattern here. But it's not just about feedback, because the more videos you make, the more chances you have of success for any single video. What's that Office quote? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Michael Scott, Wayne Gretzky, stuff like that. Publishing consistent videos allows you to improve your editing skills, your on-camera presence, set up better systems for making YouTube videos, and it increases the chance that any video might take off. Now, there is a small caveat to this, and it's important at the stage that you're currently at to understand this. Because as a small channel and as a beginner creator, your goal should not be growth, at least not for the channel. The goal right now is to just get better at making videos. Mr. Beast can get away with posting one video a month because he has the skills to get a really high return on investment for quality over quantity. But until you have enough data and understanding of the rules of YouTube and how to make really good content, just make more videos. It took me like 50 videos, maybe more, to even start getting the hang of making these videos and do it consistently. But that being said, there is one element where investing extra time into quality actually does pay off big time. You've probably heard before that you shouldn't compare yourself to other people, that comparison is the thief of joy, and that the only person you should compare yourself to is the previous version of yourself. That's a load of crap for YouTube. YouTube is a game, and whether you want to or not, you are competing against every other creator on the platform. And the game of YouTube is very shallow. Even if your videos are objectively, not that bad, they could be bad in comparison to what's already out there. Everyone who watches on YouTube is judging a book by its cover. And for YouTube, that is the title and thumbnail. I guarantee you do the same. You aren't a special snowflake who sees a low resolution thumbnail or a boring title and you're like, ooh, you know what? I'm gonna click on this video and give this guy a shot because who knows, it might be a banger video. We don't like wasting our time. And if a video looks like it's gonna be a waste of time or it's not gonna give us what we want, we're not gonna click it. The average person scrolls through dozens of thumbnails in a second, and they make split decisions about what deserves their attention. Your job is to help them make that decision with a great thumbnail and title combination. So you're probably thinking, great, but how do I know if my title and thumbnail are any good? Well, there's no sexy way to say this, so I'm just gonna be real. Copy what works. It's not sleazy. It's how you learn. Think about how you learn any skill. If it's cooking, you follow a recipe. If you want to learn guitar, you play covers or imitate other guitar players to learn how to play. I'm not saying that you need to copy titles word for word or copy thumbnails, color for color, shot for shot, or anything like that. Remix it with your own unique flavor. Combine them in different ways to come up with something original. And if you still feel a little bit weird about this right now, go to YouTube and go to your top creators that you follow. I guarantee you, those thumbnails that they've used were inspired or even completely ripped off from other creators. Everyone is doing it. And so you need to do the same, learn the ropes, and so you can start innovating and creating your own. So at this point, if you're starting to think, holy crap, YouTube is a lot of freaking work, you're correct. But as you get the reps in and start to grow, then naturally your production quality and the vision for your videos are also going to rise. And I noticed this myself as well. The better I got at videos, the harder it actually became to scale my videos. I was spending like 5 hours researching, 5 or 6 hours scripting, 2 hours filming, and 10 hours editing per video. That's like 20 plus hours for a single piece of content. And at the time, I was a full-time medical student. So on top of YouTube, I was working and studying 60 plus hours already. And I tried to hire help, but as a small creator and broke medical student, didn't really have a lot to spend. So I couldn't afford the quality team that I needed. But if you're watching this video in 2025, then you don't have to suffer or bootstrap or wake up at the butt crack of dawn every single day to work on YouTube in order to grow anymore. We're living in the era of AI. AI has transformed my entire creative process. If you haven't already adopted it, you need to integrate AI into your creative workflow. It's not a cop-out, it's the best way to work smarter and not harder. Now, not every single step in the content creation process should be delegated to AI, but the ones that you definitely should offload are researching topics and unique angles, outlining video scripts, and video editing, at least part of it. Because those 3 tasks require a lot of manual and tedious labor. I would offload those as soon as possible once you understand how they work so that you can save your energy for the actual parts of the content creation process that require a human touch. And once you get more comfortable with AI, you can start to get really crazy with it. We've built really intricate AI systems for ideation, content production, content writing, automation, and a whole bunch more, which allows us to run multiple YouTube channels, help other people run YouTube channels, and run an online business, all as a very small 3-person team. And if you're interested in these exact AI systems that I'm talking about, I'll leave a link below to check it out if you want to. My point is, growing on YouTube isn't luck. It's a formula based on simple, fundamental principles that if you follow, even as a small channel, guarantees you're gonna grow. They might be simple, but that doesn't make them easy. Building anything valuable takes time, and it might not happen immediately, but if you keep playing day in, day out, make more videos, it can seemingly happen overnight. Because once you hit your stride, you get that video that kind of takes off and you ride that wave, your entire life can change. It's what happened to me. It allowed me to leave my job as a medical doctor and confidently pursue this path instead. And so if you're serious about YouTube and building an online business because you want something more for yourself, then I encourage you, keep at it, don't quit. You'll never know where it can take you.